Welcome, Bulldog fans, to Davis Wade Stadium above Scott Field. Nice hat, Steve. Now, I got to know, where did you drag that out from? What closet, that and the Tesla T-shirt?
I ordered them both on Amazon, of course.
Oh, you're so disappointing me. They're not really from the 1980s.
No, well, you know, what are you going to do? But I'm still repping the era. But I think Kid Rock brought this back, and then, of course, the Breaking Bad fame. But my wife says that my other hat was a little ratty. I needed to have something a little more fashionable, so I decided to give it a shot.
God help you. You never want to look ratty, do you, Steve?
No,
never. So, all right, back to business. Man, there is a whole lot of maroon in this stadium today, from both sides, obviously. Two teams, two Adidas squads out there, maroon and white. As of today, the Aggies are wearing the white uniforms, the jerseys, Mississippi State and maroon tops. So at least that tells you who's who. Now, which is the better prepared team for today, Steve, in your opinion?
That's a great question. You know, the open day can have one or two impacts on a team. They can come out healthy, refreshed, recharged. They can come out rusty, much as the Bulldogs did last week. I mean, State was healthy, but it took a while to get going, and then offense never really got going. But defensively, State played really well. I believe we're going to see a ball game much similar to what we've seen the last few weeks, David, a defensive struggle where somebody needs a momentum-changing play early in the ball game. If you go back and look, David, the team that's won the first quarter the last 3 weeks has won the football game. That's where Mississippi State needs to come out and get a strong start tonight.
Now, you talk about defensive game. I ran some numbers pregame. The last 5 meetings since A&M moved to the Southeastern Conference, State has averaged 35 points a game, A&M 31 points a game. Now, some of it's been inflated, obviously, but if this game's a defensive game, that would be a total change of pace. But this is a different Aggie team. They have a new coordinator, of course, a new head coach as well. They've emphasized defense a little bit more, and they're a very aggressive defense, whereas State can be aggressive but has not been forcing the turnovers. You heard Bob Shoop say it. Is this the game where State takes some chances, puts pressure on Kellen Mond, and tries to make him make mistakes?
I think you have to. That was really the case last year. Kellen Mond really struggled in this ball game. This Mississippi State defense better than last year's, but you think the Aggie offense is a little better too. Trevion Williams is the table setter for them. They'll want to get him established early. State will want to thwart that and put the game back in Kellen Mond's lap. I think that's really where the game will be won and lost.
Now, turning to Mississippi State quarterback, that is the topic of the day. Joe Moorhead did not. Now, I've gone back and read the press conference again. I listened to the tape. He didn't promise that Keaton Thompson was going to get serious. He simply said the staff was looking at ways to get him out there. So there's no script today as far as we know. It could be a by feel. It could be a by situation. It could certainly be where the Nick Fitzgerald struggles. But if he comes out there and plays the kind of game he has the last 2 years against A&M, you wouldn't expect him to make a change at that point.
The bottom line is we want Mississippi State to win the football game. It's not about a quarterback battle or controversy. It's about winning a ball game. And if Nick Fitzgerald comes out and gets hot early, then you want to ride the hot hand. You don't want to put Keaton Thompson in just for the sake of putting Keaton Thompson in. I know Bulldog fans want to see Keaton Thompson, but it's really about the Bulldogs wanting to see continuity and see some explosiveness and a little juice on offense. If you can get that from Fitz, Bulldog fans will be just as happy.
Of course, we also understand fully that you fans, many of you want to see Keaton Thompson out there in a critical series, come out there and make plays. That would be great. We saw it in the Texas Slayer Bowl. He made the plays. Should he do so again, then we'd have a real controversy. Right now, the only controversy is how do you mix it up? Now, health situation. It doesn't look good for Kylan Hill. We're told it's still a game-time decision, and Keith Mixon is also a question mark today.
Yeah, we'll find out about an hour before the ball game who's out, but we won't know about Kylan or Keith Mixon until the game begins. Both are going to dress. Both are going to come out and go through warm-ups, and then the training staff will assess the situation from there. Kylan Hill, I know, wants to play badly. If he can give you anything, you certainly want to play him. But I believe the Bulldogs can be good enough with Aris Williams. The guy rushed for over 1,100 yards and has 2 good games to his credit against Texas A&M. So State can get the production they want out of the running back position from Aris Williams, even though Kylan Hill is the more explosive of the two.
And quickly, what have you heard about recruiting for today's visits?
Pretty much going to script. I mean, Javante Payton was the guy that was rumored he may take an official visit. He's here unofficially. That's big. He's former Ole Miss signee. Wide receiver comes in a position of need. Arguably one of the top junior college receivers in the country. I think 247 Sports has him ranked 3rd in the country from Northwest Community College. We expect him to go through the process, take a few visits. State, Tennessee, both very highly in the mix with him.
So in about an hour, we have kickoff here at Scott Field. A very decisive game for the season because the Bulldogs, facing their last 5 games of this schedule, still have a chance to finish strong. Still could go as high as 8-4, we believe. But it all depends on what happens today. You need to see the offense come out there and get off to a good start, which they have not done in weeks. If they can do that, then they can change the course of the season. If not, well, Post game, we'll be talking about another controversy probably, Steve, but we'll know in about 4 hours from now. Until then, tune into the game, or better yet, if you had major plans, come on. There's still looks like traffic's still moving okay. You can make it here. Sun's good. A little chill wind, but still good conditions for an October football game at Scott Field. For our staff at Gene Space 24/7, for Steve Robertson, this is David Murray.